What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Charm City Heavyweights podcast brought to you by the Great 8 Sports Memorabilia in Parkville, Maryland. I am the host, Matt Trigger, and with me today, as always, is my co host, Josh Merrill. Josh, what is going on, dude?
What's up, Matt? Coming live from the man cave, man.
Oh, I
Looking
thought
forward
you
to
were going to
football
change it up a
Sunday.
little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what's worked.
Before we get going, on tonight's show, got a special guest. Got my brother Drew joining us. What's up, buddy?
Oh no, just listening to SmackDown in the background.
Yeah, that's we're gonna be talking a little wrestling later on. We got a packed show. We are going to be talking some Ravens football, uh, some weekend football for the championship weekend. Got some Orioles news and got some Maryland Terps talk coming up. And we're gonna predict this weekend's Royal Rumble tomorrow night.
Big Ten
So
play from here on out.
yes, it is, Josh. Big Ten play from here on out. To kind of touch on the Ravens a little bit, there's not a whole lot going on. It's relatively early in their off season. The season is still going on for the rest of the NFL. Um, one of our potential um, offensive coordinator candidates was hired by the Carolina Panthers, Frank Reich. Josh, as
Matt's
you know,
happy. Matt is
I'm
happy
happy.
as a motherfucker.
I'm absolutely ecstatic that he's not going to be our offensive coordinator because the Indianapolis Colts offense has sucked the last 2 years while ours has sucked, so it was not going to be better.
Yeah, but I don't judge that because he's a head coach. He can't even focus all the way just on the offense. That's why I really don't like head coaches calling plays.
I mean, but when you're an offensive minded head coach and you were an offensive coordinator and a quarterback's coach and a quarterback in the NFL, it's a control issue.
Yeah,
So I don't blame him for that. I hope he does well in Carolina. He was their inaugural quarterback when they were an expansion team. So, with that
It's a
being
cool
said,
story.
it is a definitely cool story. I do believe that it's going to be pretty decent, for him to, get his hands on that franchise and try to return him to some, semblance of glory. Um, I'm still hoping for Zach Robinson, the quarterback's coach from the Los Angeles Rams. That's been my pick for the last week or so since the speculation has started.
you started
Uh,
me liking him, man. I've been reading about him.
he was a
That's
good
exciting.
quarterback. He was a good quarterback in college. Didn't really stick in the pros, but sometimes the best coaches are the players that weren't really that good. The two prime examples right now are Kellen Moore and um,
Leftwich.
Kevin
I
Dorsey.
hope. I hope he don't go in house.
That's my biggest concern
Can't.
about him is going in house
He
because
can't. Like Vinny said on the radio today, Serrato said, he cannot go in house. John, don't go in house. You gotta bring something different in. We already got a good running scheme. You gotta bring somebody with passing, expertise that's had success and that
I wanted to bring up something that Bob Haney brought up to Cordell Woodland at the end of the 10-2. I caught that earlier today. Uh, there was a hypothetical trade put out in the atmosphere where the Chicago Bears offer us a trade of Justin Fields and the number one overall pick plus a couple other ones. And I was just wondering if that would be something that would possibly pique your interest as a Ravens fan, Josh.
on what for Jackson. You broke up,
For Lamar Jackson,
and who's getting him? You broke up, Matt.
the Chicago Bears offering Justin Fields and 3 ones, including the number one overall this year.
Woo! That's tempting.
That
I would
you would
take
have
that.
you would have to have a conversation about that at least.
Yeah,
Definitely.
A small
it's intriguing.
conversation. Drew, what do you think?
I mean, you have to. You have to definitely consider that. I don't see
That
how you
gives you
don't
a
consider it.
good young quarterback and some first rounders.
Yeah, I
And
like
it, and
Fields.
Yeah,
it extends your window with a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract.
yeah. And
Um,
he can run. You still have the same kind of. You don't have to change too much either.
eh, and
Who do you,
Fields,
who would you take with that number one overall pick?
I don't know. I
Will
don't know.
Anderson, probably,
I would take Will Anderson, the pass rusher from Alabama, and
I'm high
or
on the
or
TCU Quentin.
or do you take that one trade back 1 or 2 times, still in the top 10, and pick up more picks because we only have like 5.
That would be a good move because you could probably pick up another one next year again from another team,
Yep.
and arm yourself with 2 number
Does
ones
anybody
next year.
else like quitting from TCU? Is it just me
Yes.
that loves this dude?
I like him, but I
Forgive
don't
me, I
think
forgot
he
his
should be
last name.
top 10.
Really?
he would be a good
He's
mid-round
Randy
pick.
Moss-isk to me. I said ish.
If
He
we
has
were
the big, long body, long arms. He's fast.
if hypothetically if we were to stay with that,
He needs to put on muscle though. Skinny.
if we were to stay in hypothetically speaking, and we make that trade, send Lamar to Chicago in that number 1 overall pick, I'm taking Will Anderson, and then
You can't. You have to.
I'm shopping Odafe Owe.
Oh yeah, shit.
Try to get what you can.
You ain't getting shit, bro.
I
Probably
mean, but
getting
the thing
more
is,
than 3.
if somebody's gonna give us a 2 or a 3, you take it.
Yeah.
Because Will Anderson's probably a more polished pass rusher than Odafe Owe at this point anyway. And he hasn't seen the NFL yet.
We got to stop
terrible.
taking projects in the first round.
The guys from World Elite Podcast, what's up, guys? Thank you again for having me on the show last night. It was great talking with the Royal Rumble. We're going to get to our predictions a little bit later. That was a nice hour and a half podcast. A lot of cool Royal Rumble stuff going on last night. Let's kind of kick it over a little bit to the Baltimore Orioles, fellas. We haven't really talked a whole lot of O's on this show lately, or at all for that matter. I do want to hype up that we do have our first MLB mega show on Tuesday, February 1st, starting at 9 p.m. on Driving to the Top Productions YouTube and Twitter. That will be hosted by Adam McNally, who is our producer for the YouTube channel. So tune in for that, guys. We should have quite a few former Major League Baseball players popping in throughout the show to kind of give a preview for spring training. But Josh, how do you feel about this pitcher that we acquired today, man?
I think it's low risk, high reward. I think the Wall being back, will help this guy because he can give up the long ball from what I read about him earlier, Matt. I mean, he's a consistent pitcher. I don't know if he's going to be an ace or the guy we need. But he definitely helps.
I
agree.
need
pitching, man. I wish we would have done more to this point. We were all excited, and then Elias broke our hearts when he said, all right, maybe I got carried away with it's like go up from here, whatever the hell he said. And then we were all sad, and we really haven't done much. But I think a lot of these young guys are going to start getting a shot too, man.
I want to see Grayson.
Yeah, me too.
I think everyone does. I think Grayson is going to start the year with the big league team at a camp.
Unless they throw him in the bullpen.
Yeah, they. I don't think they'll throw him in the bullpen. I think that I was listening to Jason and Ken the other day, and I think they're going to go with like a rotating door for the number 5 pitcher, where they're going to have certain guys fill in that 4 and 5 slot, and then rotate them as long relievers out of the bullpen, like such as DL Hall and
I see DL Hall kind of more in the bullpen. Like I could see him being a Britain type starter that wasn't too much of a starter. It could be a really good closer.
Yeah,
all reports on Holiday so far, before I forget, have been solid. FYI, boys.
Beyond solid.
He's looking like
I think he's up in 2 years.
Probably.
You think
looking like he's the real deal.
He'll be up here before he's 21.
Ooh, baseball, man. I love baseball. It's one of my favorite sports, but the way it's structured drives me fucking nuts. That's why a guy gets drafted, you don't see him for fucking 10 years. Oh, well, if we bring him up now, then he can, we lose 3 years off the end of the deal. It's just, I hate how it's set up.
Yeah, but going back to that trade, I think that pitcher, we still have a year before he hits arbitration, right?
Yeah, he does have a year before arbitration, and then in the trade we traded Darryl Hernandez. I think he was just a collateral damage trade to where
With the
He wasn't
infielder
gives a
guys
fuck.
we have, he wasn't going to do nothing here.
with all the infielders we got on this team in the minors and in the big league squad. He was never going to see the majors. There's guys
Matt,
that are. What's up?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just
You're
wanted to
fine.
ask you a question. Do you
What's up?
think? Can you depend on this bullpen? I mean, last year they were one of the better bullpens in baseball. Am I right?
They were.
Can you count on these guys? Do you have high faith that they can do it again, or you think that was
Um,
just a lightning in a bottle that got hot?
I think some of it might be lightning in a bottle, but I like the fact that we re-signed Michael Gibbons after trading him to the Rockies a couple of years ago. He's back in Baltimore.
Yeah, he can
I
definitely
think
be a
he's.
good,
I
solid.
think he's. I think he's a
Solid.
guy that's going to kind of anchor that bullpen a little bit and be the veteran presence. I do like the move. I think what's really going to be telling is how Felix Bautista does for the entire year as a closer. Now
He's my biggest question mark. He's my biggest fear.
and
Is Batista.
he's coming off the heels of Jorge Lopez having a good first half, and then we traded him for prospects. But now you got to really look at it like, okay, Batista throws 100 miles an hour, but
Shit, 102 sometimes.
yeah, but when you've learned how to catch up to the fastball, what else does he have? I mean, I know he's got a decent breaking pitch, but it's going to be interesting to see because he's going to be used a lot more this year than he was last year.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that mentally. It's
Obviously, they are counting on it being hot again. They think it wasn't just
Yeah.
a 1 year luck. They obviously believe in it.
they do believe in it, and I'll give them credit for that. They do believe in it, and they
We're just so close, man. We're so fucking close. It's
we're
just
close, but we're not
a
that
little.
close.
Still need
I
pitching.
know. It's like, yeah, pitching's the biggest thing we need. But it's just like, it's almost like tweaking. It's just, man.
Yeah,
I want the Orioles to be good, man. Like last year, I loved it. Would have liked to got in the playoffs, but it was still, we were in it, We were in it to the end.
no,
Yeah, definitely a lot better than everyone expected.
I get
Hell
it.
yeah.
I
I just want them to be in it, man. I want them to be a playoff team and it being cold out and we're still playing.
one of the things I'm worried about though is Mateo's batting. He's a fantastic defender. He's an above average defender.
He's
No
an
doubt
athlete, man. Dude
he's
is
a
an
great
athlete.
athlete. He's probably the best athlete on the Orioles and by
Maybe
a
even
long stretch.
baseball, dude.
Yeah, he's the top athlete in baseball. There's
Probably
quite
the
a
fastest
few.
guy in baseball.
Yeah.
Easily.
So where do you put him? I mean,
I see him
eventually-
nothing more than a utility guy.
Ooh. That's a big question in Baltimore. Everybody debates this.
He plays
I kinda
Yeah.
lean
all
both
positions in the
ways, man.
outfield, every in position field, what first base and catcher.
I mean, he's buying time till holiday comes anyway, right?
oh, for sure. For
He's-
sure. I mean,
You're not your number
Well,
one overall pick.
I see people on social all the time saying, "Oh, he's going to be the everyday starter at shortstop." Can't be.
now here's the thing: where's Gunnar Henderson's position going to be moving forward? Do you put him at shortstop until Jackson Holiday is ready? Do you put him at the hot corner? Do you put him at second
I'd put him
base?
at second because in a perfect world, after next season, our infield would be Rutschman, Mountcastle, Henderson.
Where would
at
Rutschman play?
second. Huh?
I
Catcher.
thought you meant you said infielder.
Yeah, I'm just talking about all
Okay.
around.
Okay.
Machado at third. I want him to come home. And
He has an opt out in his contract. It's gonna cost a lot of money.
He ain't coming back here.
I don't think I could see him.
There was bad blood at the end. He ain't coming back.
Yeah,
He's
took
making
a lot.
comments now.
He took a
I
lot
just said
personal.
perfect world. That's a wish.
Yeah. Now I would play Gunner at third. I would play
I forgot about
Gunner at
Westberg.
third, huh?
Gunner at third.
Westberg
You
at
play.
second.
You play. I don't think Westberg's going to be an Oriole
Is
for very long.
is Ryan Mountcastle our first baseman or not? I need to know.
I think so.
I think so. I mean, the
think
only
so.
thing
I just wish he'd be more consistent
he's good defensively. I wish he'd be more consistent.
at the
Hitting.
plate. Correct, right? I thought that was obvious.
He's got the power, but he doesn't have the contact. And
He's a big
Now,
boy.
at second base, you could say Westberg, but I think we're going to use Westberg and flip him. If we acquire any pitcher, I think Westberg's going to be the focal point of the trade.
Yeah, we can always put Urias there.
Ramon Urias. Yeah.
Furious. Yeah.
I mean, even though he just won a Gold Glove at third base,
He did.
he just won a Gold Glove at third base. Now, here's the question about the outfield.
Teo should have won one too.
Yeah, we got some decisions to make in the outfield.
We have a lot of decisions to make in the outfield. You got Santander, you got
Talk to
Austin
me.
Hayes, you
Austin
got
Hayes. I think Austin
Cedric
Hayes
Mullins.
is a trade guy. I would trade his ass to see what I can get.
Yeah, I
Might
mean,
get 3 good prospects for him.
but the thing
Maybe
is,
2.
hypothetically speaking, if you go to the
Get
Miami
an arm
Marlins,
for his ass.
if you go to the Miami Marlins and say, we'll give you Westberg as the centerpiece for Pablo Lopez, you could throw Hayes in there.
Yeah.
Hayes has got pretty good range for left field.
We still have a
He's solid.
bunch
He's a good
of
player.
outfield prospects too, with Kerstead,
Kowser,
Gauser,
Stowers,
Stowers.
McKenna.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot about
Yeah,
Stowers. Shit,
Yeah, McKenna.
Stowers and McKenna. You got,
Stowers is fucking going to be a beast.
I don't think McKenna's going to be here long term, unless he's a 4th outfielder.
but I'm saying you can get. I mean, McKenna could platoon outfield and DH with Santander in right field. The Santander's he.
I don't see Santander being here that long either.
You know what? I thought that too until the second half of the year, where he had a really good second half of the season.
He had a hell of a year.
And then he became kind of like a clubhouse leader. He was kind of like in the background of Roofnet Odor, and I would love to see Odor back only as a utility guy.
But when all these young guys come up, what do? You just put him at DH?
Who, Odor?
No,
Or
Santander.
Oh yeah, he's a switch hitter. I mean, that's the best of both worlds right there. You got a short porch in right field for him, and it would be a seamless way to get him in the lineup. And then every third or fourth day, you could put Adley at DH, and you can get James McCann behind the plate, or you can have McCann.
Adley's going to be on first a few times this season too.
Well, I think they're going to do with Adley what the Twins did with Joe Mauer to extend his career, where the last year or two he's going to be a primary DH and first baseman. I think that's part of the reason why they traded for James McCann, is to help ease that transition.
That's a lot better than Chirinos.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, seriously, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for baseball, man. This is making me. I'm happy we're on here talking Orioles.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes it's hard to get people to talk Orioles, man. It's like,
I listened to the fan this morning or yesterday morning. They think that this new pitcher from the A's might be the opening day starter.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Well, the thing is with the rotation, you have Kyle Gibson coming in. He's the elder statesman. He's 35 years old. Then you have Cole Irvin come in here. I mean, but the thing is, that's what the Orioles are going to have to do until they're consistently in contention for a couple of years. You're going to have to overpay that aging veteran to come in here and lead the staff. And he's an innings eater, Drew. He eats innings. He's not a guy that's going to go out there and give you 5. He's a guy that's going to go out there and give you 6 or 7. And we need a pitcher that can.
His name in so many years, so I didn't know if he was still that or not.
He's not amazing, because if he was a great pitcher, he would be somewhere else.
Right.
That's just the truth of the matter.
So, have you guys heard anything about Meansy? Is he going to be ready for opening day?
Last I heard, no. The last I heard, he is not going to be ready for opening day. We might get him back around May or June, from what they were saying.
That's not horrible.
At that point, though, when he comes back, pitch him a couple times. If he's got anything left in the tank, trade him. What do you think, Josh? Do you think this is a trade? I mean, I think they should have dealt him when he was having that great year.
Yeah, everyone did. I did too.
Like they did with Lopez, so high.
I don't know, man. I think it depends how the season's going. If he can contribute to the rotation and we're winning, no, fuck no. But if things are going a different way and you can get something for him, hell yeah. I'm all for getting prospects, man, because all it takes is for one of them to work out.
Yeah, with our great year last year, I'm still surprised by it. So in my head, I'm still preparing for it. We're not going to be as good as we were last year.
Yeah,
since we didn't add much pitching.
But the thing is, I think with how good some of these young guys are so soon, we are going to. Um, I think the rebuild kind of like accelerated by a year or two. So
I could
that's
see
just
I don't think
so.
Elias would ever jump off schedule no matter what.
No, I think
He
he's got a
proved that this
plan.
offseason.
Yeah, he was talking about opening up the bank and the Brinks truck, and now all of a sudden,
Well, I don't think it's ever going to happen when any of the owners' last name is Angelos.
No, man, I like this new dude. I don't agree with that. He's already started investing money downtown. He's putting money out. He wants to win. I don't think he's like his father.
I think while
His
the
brother's a
ownership,
dick.
I think while the ownership's in limbo is the problem.
No, I
Is
think he's winning that whole. You're not even hearing about it anymore.
it was in the news a couple of days ago, but it's not nearly as prevalent. I'm excited for the Orioles trajectory and how they're heading. I think we're gonna. I'm still thinking
We're 2 years
24,
away, dude. Yeah, I
24,
think we're a year,
25.
2 year away. Yeah.
We'll be up there in solid contention. And the biggest problem that the Orioles are going to have remaining in
And once
contention.
this train starts rolling, it's like Tampa Bay. You ride, you get stars come up. It's time for them to get paid. You might keep one, let the rest go. Stars come back up. Once the ball starts rolling, you stay in it. It's just you just keep replenishing.
So we didn't keep Manny because he was going to get a big contract. Do you
Yeah.
guys see that happening with Adley?
Yes,
No. Fuck
I
no.
do. I see them giving him a big
I'm
contract.
saying, do you see? I'm saying, did you see what happened with
Oh,
Manny happened to Adley?
oh
I
no, they're
don't
not.
think there's any way we can get rid of him.
No, I think Adley's staying.
I think
He should
Adley
be
and
like a cornerstone for his career.
I think Adley and Gunner are going to be our future.
Yeah. I think
Especially
everything's built around Adley. I think if the whole team is Adley.
if they don't buy him out of his arbitration years this year, next
Yeah, they
offseason,
need
they're
to get it
definitely going to
done,
buy
Yeah,
him
they
bro.
out.
need to.
If he's anything what he was last year, that quick, that fast, you
I
just
think you gotta
do it.
do what the Braves
Give
did
the
with
kid his money.
Albies and Acuna.
And then I think Julio Rodriguez got paid in Seattle.
Yeah,
Because
what was it,
Is
like
that his name?
15 years, 300 million or something like that?
Yeah. So
a lot of Orioles fans are still on edge, man. They like Elias. They don't really trust it yet. You know, you like the guy like Adley walk, man. That would be like, all right, fuck it.
Now at this point, I don't know how you don't trust Elias. I mean, I know he said what he said about spending money this year, but
Yeah, he got excited.
he's
I
definitely built this teams and our system up
You can see it. Yeah,
tremendously.
anyone. I mean, you could see it right away almost.
I mean, he went from the worst
See,
team in baseball to having the best farm system in the league.
yeah, by far.
we had 10 guys in the top 50, I believe,
Yeah, and it's
or
like
Yeah,
top
I think
100.
one or two more in the top 100.
yeah.
So switching gears from the O's, man. Josh, this is all you,
On
buddy.
Terps.
The
On Maryland
Maryland
Terps
Terps college
basketball.
basketball. We
Definitely
Big
a
win the other day too.
they're actually holding their own in this.
Yeah,
They
they
gotta
like them
win.
redemption
They
games.
gotta. They. Yeah, and they can't. They gotta win, man. They can't. They just missed. They lost by 3 to Purdue, the number 3 team in the country, early last week. Man, it was a fucking heartbreaker. Lost by 3. Almost beat the number 3 team in the country, but I think that game got built some confidence. It's Big Ten play from here on out. This is my favorite time of year. You know, besides March Madness, I love when it's just in our conference. Um, and it's going to be can Julian Reese, can he continue to rebound? Can he continue to beat a rock down low? Jamar Young, Dante Scott, these guys got to keep coming in, man, and keep playing and giving good minutes. The only thing that scares me with Maryland, the Big Ten can get kind of big, and we can have some nights, where we're not getting any rebounds. But I'm excited for this team. A lot of these guys aren't Willard's guys. He hasn't even begun to build it yet. It's got a top recruiting class coming in next year. I believe it is ranked number 12 in the nation. When's the last time you heard that in Maryland? And I believe he's going to restore the franchise, man. The team, it's Maryland basketball. They're supposed to be good. we stuck with Turgent way too long, and it was over money, and it was terrible. He was terrible, you know. You know, when you don't go to the Sweet 16 when you got Geno Stone,
Yeah,
come on,
This whole thing kind of
it's turd.
made me stop watching
Yeah, yeah.
basketball.
He was a get you in the tournament every other year, and you're never getting to the Sweet 16.
Speaking
When
of the
Maryland
tournament,
should be in the Sweet 16 every fucking year, in my opinion.
speaking of the tournament, where do you see Maryland slotting? I know it's a little early. We're about a month away from
We're a bubble
selection.
team. We're a bubble.
NIT.
Yeah, we're not there yet. They got to win, man. They
do you think
got to win these conference games, dude.
if they win the Big Ten, I see them getting like a 7 or an 8 seed.
Yeah, they got to win. I don't think they have to win the Big Ten to get in, but they got to win. They got to have a good showing coming up. They
But
can't have any.
if you win the Big Ten tournament, you're a shoo-in.
Hey, I know. I'm just saying. But even if they don't do that,
I'm surprised at how the team's doing for Willard, and we don't really have a lot of size at the 4 and 5. There's not
we
a lot
haven't in a
of,
long time. That's Mark Turgeon for you.
but I mean, the last big guy I can remember was Jalen Smith. But I mean, the last big guy I can remember.
Do you guys hear that playing back?
Yeah, I heard it playing back.
That's weird.
Everybody good?
Yep.
I'm good.
All right. So I mean, I know that's Turgeon though. I know that he went more for the small ball, the fast-paced ball. But it looks like a lot of the guys on the court are adjusting to Willard's offense finally, and they're starting to. Really,
who's your favorite player, Matt?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I catch it on highlights more so than sit down and watch it. You're the resident Maryland Terps fan on the show for real. I mean, I wanted to give you
player is.
Huh?
I'll tell you who my favorite player is.
Who's that?
It is forward Julian Reese. And no, not because his last name sounds like Reese Peasy, and I like Reese Cups. No, because he's a monster, man. He's an NBA forward in my eyes. His hair even looks cool with his fucking sweatband shit, man. He's cool, man. He's strong. He plays fast. He's just not consistent yet. I think he needs to put on a little more muscle, get a little bigger. But he's like what you want in a
be all
forward.
Maryland big men.
Yeah, and he shows flashes of it, man. He just can't do it consistently, and sometimes he plays a little soft. But if he can realize his strength, put some muscle on, and realize how big and powerful he is, dude, he could be a fucking monster, man.
I'm just looking forward to the tournament. I want to see what kind of noise they're going to make, and honestly, I don't want them to make the NIT. I hope they make the NCAA tournament, and kind of make some make a little bit of waves there because that'll get us recruits.
Honestly, I'm taking Matt. We got the number 12 recruiting class. I announced earlier on the show. We got the number 12 recruiting class in the nation. Yes, we got 2 twin boys coming, dude. They're fucking monsters. They're twin brothers.
I remember we recruited the twins, Aaron and Alex Harrison. They both went to Kentucky years ago. Yeah. I think that's the last set of twins I remember us recruiting.
Look, Julian Reese, I'm telling you guys about this kid, man. He's only a sophomore. He's 6'9", 230 pounds.
Jesus.
He's a fucking tight end.
And maybe you should go play for the football team and give Talia a target next year because Rakeem Jarrett's leaving. So, transitioning over to before we transition over to the Royal Rumble, I wanted to announce our winner of our surprise giveaway. This person will be receiving a surprise autograph signing in the mail via the Great 8 Sports Memorabilia. Thank you again, Chris, for donating some autographs and pictures to give away. And that is for everybody that shared. There was 25 shares and entries into the show last week, and the winner is our faithful listener, Tim Malarkey. Congratulations, Tim.
Oh, he deserves
winning.
it.
Yeah,
Congrats.
Tim you will be receiving your prize in the mail in the next week or so. So congrats again, Tim, on winning the surprise giveaway for the show last week. And stay tuned. We'll announce our next giveaway on our next show. So, everybody keep your eyes open for that.
Should have gave one away tonight.
I did. I just gave it away.
I mean,
I'm not gonna announce it. I'm not gonna take too much time on that. But thanks again to Chris Rowling from Grade A Sports Memorabilia for donating for our show giveaways. Now on to the Royal Rumble, my favorite
Royal
pay-per-view.
Rumble.
My favorite pay-per-view.
pay-per-view.
Favorite pay-per-view of the year.
Told my wife earlier, I said, hey, look, tomorrow, Royal Rumble comes on 7, you're going to have to handle shit.
Everything good over there, buddy? Your dog's going crazy.
Yeah, they're fighting.
So, Royal Rumble, we got the Women's Rumble, we got the Men's Rumble, we got the Mountain Dew Pitch Dark match.
Oh, shit.
We got the Universal Heavyweight Unified Championship match with Owens and Reigns. We have it's not a stacked card in terms of the amount of matches, but I think that we have a couple good Royal Rumble, surprise entrant chances, because as of right now, they've only announced maybe a third of the field for each. Brock Lesnar announced earlier on SmackDown that he was going to be in, so I'm looking forward to seeing. Yeah, he did.
Oh shit!
He came out in F5 Lashley.
So, starting off with the Universal Championship match, Drew, who do you think is going to win out of Reigns and Owens?
It's going to be Reigns.
Why
I do think that Sammy's going to not have a good night, though.
Fair enough, Josh.
I think tomorrow starts the whole process of Sammy being out of the bloodline.
Josh, who do you got winning, Reigns and Owens?
It's Reigns. I mean, look, it's a good story. WWE's on fire right now, but Reigns is not dropping a belt at the Rumble. It's going to happen at Mania. It ain't happening at the Royal Rumble. Come on, what are we saying here? He's not dropping it at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Reigns. I think.
This motherfucker's got to drop it eventually. I mean, he's my favorite wrestler in the world, and he has been for a long time. Even before he wasn't doing good, I still loved him. He's my favorite. But this motherfucker's had the belt for fucking 100 years. God, damn.
They're gonna split them both up at Mania.
Yeah, I need a break from it. Man, let him chase it a while.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be a Reigns.
But what does that do with his character, though? He's the tribal chief. He's the boss. He's the champ. Like,
put some chasing title.
Yeah, I mean, what does that do for his character? Does that hurt his character? Does that make him lose his edge? Is it time to do that yet?
Not yet. I think
not stale yet.
So I saw
if he loses it, how do you do that?
Social media. So Solo, is Rikishi's son too.
Mm-hmm.
Someone put out there, what if he ends up screwing Roman on one of the matches, like how Rikishi did it for The Rock back against Austin?
That's a far-fetched thing. I don't think they're going to veer too far.
But that was more like if The Rock was actually going to fight at Mania, because I think that's kind of a smoke screen anyway. I still think he might do it.
So moving on to the next match, you got this is going to be a relatively quick match, I believe. I don't think they're going to get a whole lot of time. Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss. I got Bianca retaining.
Yeah,
that's not going to be too.
She's headlining Mania.
Unless they do something wonky with this Bray Wyatt stuff. Yeah, I don't see.
Bray wouldn't share with Taker whisper in his ear. He said it's only them two only.
Yeah, I don't blame him. That was a good moment.
Yeah,
it was, but I want to know what the fuck he said.
Drew, who do you got with Alexa and Bianca?
Oh yeah, Bianca's going to retain.
And we got the Mountain Dew.
I guess my opinion don't matter.
You just said
Bianca. You said you're
Josh
going to
was gonna
headline.
win. I thought that
All
was
right,
your
Triggers.
answer.
Okay.
You
Jesus
forget what
Christ,
you
Josh.
said that quick, Josh?
Yeah. All right,
Josh
move on.
is gonna win.
Bianca.
All that for a one-word answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem, guys. No problem, guys. We had the lights out match with LA Knight and Bray Wyatt.
I love LA Knight.
Even though I love LA Knight, they're not going to have Bray lose his first match back on television in 2 years.
Yeah, there's no way.
So I think we're
LA
on.
Knight's a fucking master on the mic.
Yeah, he definitely is. I can't wait to see the reaction to this. I think it's going to be one of the better matches on the card. It might be the best non-Rumble match of the night.
Yeah, I'm glad they dropped that whole whatever that faction was that he was doing because that was just bad.
So, Women's Rumble, guys. I want to hear who you think is going to win, and who do you think is going to be the surprise entrant for the female Rumble? Josh, I'll start with you.
I think I don't know, Matt. I don't know much about the women's. I haven't been paying attention to the men's.
Oh, well, that's nice. You've
I've been
only
sick,
noticed.
Dick.
Yeah, some people got to work 5 days a week. So
And
anyway,
I was prepared to talk about the men's.
that's the last thing we're going to talk about.
All right. Well, bring me in when we get to that part.
You were fantastic tonight. I just want to let you know, A+. Drew, who's your surprise entrant? And
I
who
don't
is
know if
your
there's
winner?
actually going to be like a big surprise, but it's probably going to be the normal like Trish Lita, Michelle McCool.
That's what I was about to say. Trish Stratus is my surprise entry.
Winner, I'm gonna go with Colt's favorite. I'm gonna go Liv.
Charlotte.
She's not in the Rumble, is she?
Yeah. She was like one of the first women to enter, I believe.
I must have missed that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, okay. You're on your A game tonight, ain't you?
They could probably go Raquel Rodriguez too.
The greatest wrestler in the world. You didn't know she was in the Rumble?
Whatever. I'm not getting into that discussion with you. My winner, my pick for the winner is going to be Rhea Ripley for the women, and
nah.
I think that the surprise entrant is going to be Mickie James. I think they're going with her on her retirement tour. They're going to let her get one.
Oh, okay. I say she just wrestled. I just seen her on like YouTube or somewhere.
Yeah, she won her like title versus retirement match.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think that they're going to give her another go round. And let's kick it over to the men, Josh. And it's not the only thing you prepared for tonight.
Look, it's simple. Cody Rhodes is going to win the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Royal Rumble. And he's actually predicted it coming out number 10. What do you guys think about that?
I think
just curious.
I think he comes out number 2.
Number 2 and wins. Do you think he? Well,
he's going to go. He's going to go coast to coast.
It's going to win. To me, it's all setting up for him and Roman at Mania. You know, he's going to win and have his Mania moment, and it's going to be emotional. His mom just died. It's his dad's dream. He's going to have it. It's all setting up for that. Man, when Cody came back last year, it just lit fire in me again for wrestling. You know, Matt had to tell me. I missed it live because my daughter was having a meltdown. I had to go upstairs, and I come back, and Matt was like, "Cody's back." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yep. And I was sitting in the man cave.
Yes, he was. And it's just setting up for that, man. Cody and Roman at Mania.
Drew?
Oh, yeah. Cody's definitely winning. I don't see how anyone else does.
If you don't win, I'm going to be mad as a motherfucker. I'm going to tell you that.
Who do you think is going to be a surprise entrant?
You got yours, Josh?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's been working out. He's been training. You do?
I do agree with you.
Yeah, he's been working out heavy, bro. He's
I can see that happening. But also, I think maybe Jay White.
Yeah.
Switchblade I think it's going to be another. I think he's going to come out number 3, like AJ did 7 years ago. I think that I do agree with you, Josh. I think that Stone Cold is going to be number 29. The Rock is going to be number 30.
I thought you guys were going to say I was crazy. Oh, you're calling The Rock.
If the Rock comes,
shit.
If the Rock
Yeah.
the Rock
See,
will
if-
come out of 30 and win.
If okay,
If he comes out of 30, he's going to win.
If he's in it, he's gonna win because Cody could win another match still fighting.
He could win.
Night.
He could win a elimination chamber match
The Rock
qualification
comes
for it.
out, I say fuck Cody. I mean, I'm for the Rock.
But if the Rock doesn't show up, I believe that it's going to be Tama Tonga from New Japan,
Really,
Oh shit.
or it's going to be Nick Aldis from NWA.
That would make sense. Mickey's husband.
So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with the Rumble. I cannot wait. It starts at 7:00 tomorrow
So-
night.
7:00 on the dot.
Start at 7 tomorrow.
The pre-show. I'm
Yeah,
watching.
man.
Be watching
Pre-show.
pre-show.
All right.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch the pre-show.
That'll wrap up the show, guys. Again, thank you to Chris Rowling at Great 8 Sports Memorabilia for donating for the giveaway. Again, congratulations to Tim Malarkey on winning the surprise autograph. It will be mailed out. We will be live on Driving to the Top Sports Wednesday, February 1st for the Super Show for the MLB. Josh and I will be back next week with another Ravens and Orioles update and a fallout show from the Rumble.
We should do a
And
Super Bowl show too, Matt.
we will be doing a show Super Bowl week. We will have a couple of guests come on and talk, some Super Bowl. Hopefully we're talking about a team that's not the Cincinnati Bengals because fuck them.
Please,
So-
God, no.
Fuck
God,
that.
no.
So that'll wrap the show. Drew, thank you for coming on, buddy.
No
Appreciate
problem.
you.
Thanks, Drew.
I will come on if it's this late. Whenever you guys need.
Well, we always shoot this late because we have kids that don't like to go to sleep until 8:00. So,
Yeah.
Feel you. Got to.
that'll do it, Josh. Go ahead and sign us off, buddy.
All right, we're going to shut down the man cave. And they were all on edge over the Lamar contract. It's going to end soon, no matter what. If you like it or not, it's ending soon, I believe. Shut it down.